Hello, I'm Dini, your coach, helping you delivering a day-to-day provoking questions to become a better you. You learn, you grow, start from today. In this channel, I will read out loud the conversation between me and AI, a list of curated questions dedicated for those who are interested in organizational development, HR, and neuroscience. AI is a scholarly partner for you to have through discussions as long as you already read, understand, and practice the subjects. This will be conducted in English, not in Bahasa. I hope you could learn something from each chapter or each question I have and benefit from it. A delightful conversation with scholarly AI. Chapter 11. Competency. Part 2. Questions. 4. What's the difference between a leader versus manager? Can you list the competency for leadership, competency for manager, and competency for non-manager, please? 5. Some leadership competency you mentioned came from Spencer's 20 competency. 6. And management competencies have related more in business acumen. 7. I'm interested in non-manager competency, how to assess that they have technical expertise, problem solving, and adaptability and flexibility. 4. What's the difference between a leader versus manager? Can you list the competency for leadership, competency for manager, and competency for non-manager, please? While the terms leader and manager are often used interchangeably, there are distinct differences between the two roles. Leader versus manager. Leader. A leader is someone who inspires, motivates, and influences others to achieve a shared vision or goal. Leaders focus on setting direction, building relationships, empowering others to take action. They often operate outside of traditional hierarchical structures and may not necessarily have formal authority over others. Manager. A manager, on the other hand, is responsible for planning, organizing, and controlling resources to achieve specific objectives. Managers focus on executing plans, allocating resources, and ensuring tasks are completed efficiently and effectively. They typically operate within established hierarchical structures and have formal authority over others. Competencies for leaders, managers, and non-managers. Here are some key competencies for each role. Leadership competencies. 1. Strategic thinking. Ability to develop and implement a clear vision and strategy. 2. Inspirational leadership. Ability to inspire and motivate others to achieve a shared vision. 2. Emotional intelligence. Ability to understand and manage one's own emotions and the emotions of others. 4. Collaboration and influence. Ability to build relationships and influence others to achieve common goals. 5. Coaching and development. Ability to develop and coach others to achieve their full potential. 6. Adaptability and resilience. Ability to adapt to changing circumstances and lead through uncertainty. Management competencies. 1. Planning and organization. Ability to plan, organize, and prioritize tasks and resources. 2. Decision-making. Ability to make informed, timely, and effective decisions. 3. Communication. Ability to communicate clearly and effectively with others. 4. problem solving, ability to analyze problems and develop effective solutions. 5. Time management, ability to manage time effectively and prioritize tasks. 6. Budgeting and financial management, ability to manage budgets and financial resources effectively. Non-manager competencies. 1. Technical expertise, ability to apply specialized knowledge and skills to perform specific tasks. 2. Problem solving, ability to analyze problems and develop effective solutions. 3. Communication, ability to communicate clearly and effectively with others. 4. Collaboration and teamwork, ability to work effectively with others to achieve common goals. 5. Adaptability and flexibility, ability to adapt to changing circumstances and priorities. 6. Continuous learning, ability to learn new skills and knowledge to stay current with industry developments. Keep in mind that these competencies are not exhaustive, and different organizations may require different competencies depending on their specific needs and goals. 5. Some leadership competencies you mentioned came from Spencer's 20 competencies. The leadership competencies I mentioned are indeed based on various leadership frameworks, including Spencer's 20 competencies. Spencer's 20 competencies, as outlined in the book Competence at Work by David C. McClellan and Richard E. Boyatzis, provide a comprehensive framework for identifying and developing leadership competencies. The competencies I mentioned earlier, such as emotional intelligence, coaching and development, and adaptability and resilience, are all part of Spencer's 20 competencies. Thank you for pointing out the connection. I'm glad to know that my response was aligned with established leadership frameworks. 6. And management competencies have related more in business acumen. Management competencies are indeed closely related to business acumen. Business acumen refers to the ability to understand and navigate the business environment, making informed decisions that drive results. Management competencies such as planning and organization, decision-making and budgeting, and financial management all require a strong understanding of business principles and practices. In fact, business acumen is often considered a key component of management competency, as it enables managers to 1. Understand market trends and customer needs. 2. Develop and implement effective business strategies. 3. Make informed decisions about resource allocation and investment. 4. Analyze and interpret financial data to drive business outcomes. By possessing strong business acumen, managers can make more informed decisions, drive business growth, and achieve their organizational objectives. 7. I'm interested in non-manager competency, how to assess that they have technical expertise, problem solving, and adaptability and flexibility. Assessing non-manager competencies can be a bit more nuanced than evaluating leadership or management competencies. Here are some ways to assess technical expertise, problem solving, and adaptability and flexibility in non-managers. Assessing technical expertise. 1. Technical assessments. Use standardized tests or assignments to evaluate an individual's technical skills and knowledge. 2. Certifications and credentials. Verify relevant certifications, licenses, or educational credentials that demonstrate technical expertise. 3. Peer reviews. Ask colleagues or supervisors to evaluate an individual's technical skills and provide feedback. 4. Project evaluations. Review an individual's work on projects to assess their technical expertise and application of skills. Assessing problem solving. 1. Case studies. Present hypothetical scenarios or case studies that require problem solving and critical thinking. 2. Behavioral interviews. Ask behavioral questions that assess an individual's past experiences and approaches to problem solving. 3. Skills assessments. Use standardized assessments such as critical thinking or problem-solving tests to evaluate an individual's cognitive abilities. 4. Group discussions. Observe group discussions or team meetings to assess an individual's ability to contribute to problem-solving and decision-making. Assessing adaptability and flexibility. 1. Behavioral interviews. Ask behavioral questions that assess an individual's past experiences and approaches to adapting to change and uncertainty. 2. Scenario-based assessments. Present hypothetical scenarios that require adaptability and flexibility, and evaluate an individual's responses. 3. Feedback from colleagues or supervisors. Ask colleagues or supervisor to provide feedback on an individual's ability to adapt to changing circumstances. 4. Self-assessments. Ask individuals to reflect on their own adaptability and flexibility and provide examples of times when they had to adapt to change. By using these methods, you can gain a more comprehensive understanding of a non-manager's technical expertise, problem-solving abilities, and adaptability and flexibility. This is the end of Chapter 11, Competency. Thank you so much for listening. Could I ask you for a favor? Please like, comment, share, and subscribe this channel. For inquiries, please contact my Instagram, DiniDaily_coaching. And please support our online store at 4teeth.